Hey guys, welcome to another video. If this is your first time here, my name is Craig and I live in the Philippines with my wife and son. Unfortunately at the moment I'm not in the Philippines, more's the pity. I'm overseas on business right now, but I will be in the Philippines very soon. So why is the Philippines so desirable for foreigners? Well, there's many reasons, and obviously it depends on the individual's situation, desires, preferences, and also, maybe financial situation. So for me, obviously, my wife is Filipina. That's the number one thing for me. But there are people who want to go to the Philippines who are maybe single, and they go there possibly looking for companionship. But the one big factor for me, obviously my wife and son are there, but it's the cost. You can afford to retire there way earlier than you can afford to retire in the States or in the UK or Europe, or Australia, anywhere. Now obviously you have to weigh up all the factors. What's the culture like? What about the food? Will I be able to settle? What about the climate? As you know, maybe you don't know, but the Philippines is a tropical climate, so it does rain a lot, and there's a lot of typhoons. You're probably aware of that. But when it comes to the people and the culture, the Filipino people are very proud. They're a proud nation, and the women are very loyal. That's very endearing. I've said in previous videos, if you're thinking about going to the Philippines, go there for a holiday first, vacation. Don't just jump straight in with 2 feet. You need to go there to experience it, see if it's for you. The Philippines isn't for everyone, but for someone like myself, who I think I've been in Asia for about 14 or 15 years, so I'm used to the Asian, especially Southeast Asian culture, the food, everything like that. But if you're not, then I would recommend you try before you buy type of thing. You don't want to go there on a whim and then realise that it's not for you type of thing. So yeah, definitely I would recommend going there first. So the good thing about the Philippines is, I would say you've got two big differences, two things that are different. Yeah, one is province life, and two is city life. So it depends on the individual. It depends on the person what you want. But the province life is very different to the city life. It's the same probably in any country, especially in Southeast Asia. When you go out of the big city, there's literally not a lot there. It's the same even in the Middle East. As soon as you leave a big city here, you've just got desert. But it's not quite like that in the Philippines, but the way of life between the province and the big city is very different. I was shocked the first time I went, not shocked, I was surprised the first time I went to our province. I mean, it's our province now, but at the time it was my wife's province. She did pre-warn me that there's no taxis, and I thought, what? There are no taxis. I don't think I've seen one. So everyone gets around on a tricycle or jeepney, unless you have your own transport, of course, which we do. But at the beginning, you've got to get used to getting around on a jeepney or tricycle. And the good thing about that is it's inexpensive. That's why people use them. So they're very frequent. It's the only inconvenience I would say is when it's raining. You know, we have to walk out from the house unless my wife calls one of the trike drivers to come right up to our house. But if that's not the case, we have to walk out to the main road. That's the only thing, the only inconvenience. But I do wonder, why do the foreigners who maybe haven't been to the Philippines, why do they find it so desirable? I definitely think one of the things is the cost and maybe companionship. Now you can get that in other countries, but you have to be careful, especially when you go to places like Thailand. They'll take you for a ride. Not all Thai girls, Thai women are like that, but you hear some horror stories. But not everyone goes there looking for companionship. I know it's a big thing, but not everybody's like that. So if you like the big city life, obviously you've got Manila, and then you've got other places like Angeles or Cebu. Cebu is probably the next biggest one, I think. So there is another thing. You could live just outside the big city. Like I know a friend of mine, he lives just outside. It's about an hour's drive from the airport, and I think he's in Laguna. So you could think about that. The housing costs are way cheaper than you'll find in the States or the UK or Europe. Well, most parts of Europe. It's affordable. Or you can just rent. Rent is affordable as well. These are things that are probably desirable as well. And then the other thing is you've got beautiful beaches. A short drive usually from where you live. Like where we are, we're right next to my own volcano in Albay, so the beaches around there are not what I would call white sand. But we're only like an hour's drive to Sorsogon, which has got nice beaches. Or if you go a wee bit further up to Legao, it's a wee bit of a drive. I think it's about 2-hour drive, depending on the traffic, I guess. But you have got beautiful white sand beaches and crystal clear ocean. So and you can rent places there on the beach resorts that are very, very affordable. So there's a lot going for the Philippines. You might think, what about the crime rate? Well, I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen any. Yes, in Manila, I know it exists because I watch the news. You can see it on the news, robberies and stuff like that. But you don't really see it. In the province, I've not seen any trouble, any crime. I'm pretty sure it will go on, but I would say it's more prevalent in other countries, certainly the UK and the US. I mean, it's like night and day. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, I really would struggle to retire in the UK, but I'll be retiring to the Philippines some point this year. I've already decided. It might be the end of the year. I'm hoping it's not, but I could not afford to live in the UK. I mean, my 2 daughters who are in the UK from my first marriage, they are struggling, and they both live with their partners, and both of them are working, and I know they're struggling, and it's such a shame, because there's a lot going for the UK as there is the US, but they're being priced out of enjoyment in life. You can let me know in the comments what you guys think. Why is it desirable for you, if it is, that is. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.